I think part of what makes someone effective as a data scientist, a software engineer, is that curiosity and also the willingness to get your hands dirty like that.
I had a lot of free time, also known as the gift of boredom, when I was young. I used a lot of that time just to build things, just wooden blocks and Legos and erector sets and things like that. But maybe even more importantly, that free time and sense of curiosity led to me taking things apart. I really wanted to know how things work. And one of the toys that I had that I still remember was this transparent plastic clock. And you could see all the gears inside. And it came with this little screwdriver you could use to take it apart. And I don't know if I ever managed to get it, fully functioning and back together. But my mom likes to tell this story that one day she came up into her bedroom and her alarm clock was unplugged and all the pieces were on the floor. And that also never quite made it back together. And that was just the beginning of me taking things apart and trying to figure out how they work, vacuum cleaners and stuff like that. And eventually, in the summer before fourth grade, my brother and I don't think we had any choice in the matter, but my brother and I were signed up for a computer class at the local public library, where we learned some basic and a little bit of logo to draw pictures on computers. And I just thought that was so cool that you could tell the computer to do stuff and it would create pictures, or we made in basic, we made choose your own adventure stories. So depending on what the user typed in, and you could hide all sorts of really cool Easter eggs and funny creative ideas in little games like that. So that was really where I think I got my first taste of being interested in first physical technology and then digital technologies.
Awesome. Well, something that resonated with me was first the questions, and second, taking things apart. I explicitly remember, I think I was 8 or 9, and my mom used to love those disposable cameras. You'd wind them up, you take all the pictures, you take them into CVS, and
yes.
And I took one apart. And I was poking it with something. I poked the battery and I just shocked the crap out of myself. And I distinctly remember I was like, oh, what was that? What did I just do? And a normal kid would never touch it again. But then I took a couple more of them apart and I got to understand the mechanisms. And I think part of what makes someone effective as a data scientist, a software engineer, is that curiosity and also the willingness to get your hands dirty like that, right? And to realize that you might not be able to put it back together, but that's not the end of the world, right? You still gain something. You learned how these things work, or you shape this model of the world. And that's probably sometimes even more worthwhile than having a product that works after you've disassembled it.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to break a few things. Success comes in many different forms, and sometimes you have to break a few things to learn how they work, and then use that experience to build something even better.
Yeah, well, to that point, I don't think I've ever had a data science or software engineering project that I didn't break something during. So